Slap Squad, welcome back to another Power Slap episode. Man, this is a little something different. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a little something different. So apparently, Joe Rogan claims that he tried to stop Dana White and the UFC from making a massive mistake. I've been telling them. This article comes from Bloody Elbow, and maybe some people have heard it by now, but there is a clip from Joe Rogan on his podcast where he said that he felt like that the UFC made a terrible decision in signing or starting the Power Slap League. So I don't actually think that this is going to put him and Dana White at beefs with each other, but apparently Dana White said that he tried to get them to do some kickboxing. And so let me see, I'm gonna read directly from what he said. So it says, during an episode of the Joe Rogan Fight Companion, he said, I think the UFC effed up when they went to slap fighting. I've been telling them forever, you guys should get into kickboxing. If you only like stand-up fights, not like the old days of kickboxing where they were boring, the knockouts are effing crazy. Kickboxing with MMA gloves in a cage would be giant. Just have striking only segment of the UFC. Glory's got some elite fighters. I watch Glory all the time. It's effing exciting, but nobody watches it. Nobody knows who these people are. So Joe Rogan thinks that that Power Slap was a huge mistake. It was a huge mistake, and that Dana White shouldn't have done it. And so I'm curious to see what a lot of people out there might feel about it. You know, what do you guys think about that? But before you leave a comment, right, I just want you to know that this is from MSN. And via Forbes, from what this guy said, Dana White has signed a 6-year, $76 million sponsorship deal with crypto company VeChain to move Power Slap from Rumble to YouTube. Rumble was previously paying $30 million a year for Power Slap. So Power Slap has already increased in revenue. It's going from 30 to 76. So it's like it's moving up in value, as you can see. Now, I'm not sure if that's 76 million a year. I'm not sure if that's just 76 million over the course of the next 6 years. I'm not sure. It doesn't say the contract and all that stuff. It just says $76 million sponsorship. So I'm assuming that it has to be making more than 30 million a year for Dana to leave Rumble. So I'm just going to say that he's probably making 76 million a year on this deal, on the 6-year deal. So if, you know, my honest opinion is, I actually, and I know that I do Power Slap, but I actually like Power Slap. I think it's very interesting. And I watch it for the entertainment value. And I think a lot of times people they want to turn it into something that it's not. And they don't think that it's a form of, like, you know, martial arts or whatever the case may be. But in my humble opinion, a KO is a KO. You know, I have a video about, you know, how Power Slap is very similar to UFC back in the day. And, you know, there's still a lot of people that feel differently about it. Like, there's no defense, there's none of this and none of that. And I understand that, because you would be right in saying that. But at the end of the day, my question would be, is it the same thing as somebody slapping you with your hand, no matter how it might happen, or you getting kicked in the head with the shin, or getting kneed in the face, or getting hit with an elbow, or slammed on your head and ground and pounded in until you are KO'd? I don't really know if it's as important to how you got there, but you got knocked out. You know what I mean? How you got knocked out for some people apparently matters, but to me, a KO is a KO. So it kind of doesn't really matter how you get KO'd, you got KO'd. So with that being said, I find Power Slap entertaining. I find it, you know, vastly, I mean, I find it is crazy, you know, that people sign up for that. But it's crazy that people sign up for MMA as well. So it's just, I don't know. I think Power Slap is on the up and up. I think it's going to continue to grow. And my question to you, if you're a little skeptical about Power Slap, is, are you potentially missing out on a sport that's actually growing despite what some of your preconceived notions about it may be? And should you possibly maybe try to watch Power Slap for what it is and enjoy it for what it is, and not what you think it should be based off of your MMA standards? So anyway, guys, that's the video. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.